My initial reaction was, I'm exhausted. So being the person responsible for 5 days where you've never done anything like this before was very tiring. On the other hand, it was very positive because everybody got on well, there were no arguments, there were no major organisational difficulties. Personally, I wouldn't say that I myself learned a lot, but of course that's not the point. But what I did do was assemble a group of very good people who came and presented, like Saurabh Aura, who does his own very special sort of development studies. He's at SPRU. Julia Wittmeier from Drift, who does transitions management and this transdisciplinary stuff, and Lea Funfschilling, and with Bono Pell and Georg Holtz, people who have thought about methodologies in various ways. So I was reminded of, in our field of study, how you have to think very carefully about your methodologies. It's not like being an economist or an engineer. If you do transitions research, that means you're inevitably working across different disciplinary boundaries. You have to think about politics, political economy, you have to think about sociology, you have to think about technology, you have to think about economics and markets. That means how you go about research is got to be a combination of the methods in all those areas, and nobody teaches that at all in conventional courses. It's a completely new field. So we have got something unique to offer that there is no other way of getting from your own institutions. I think so, yeah. What we will probably do is rotate it around different institutions. Lea Funfschilling has offered to hold it in Circle in Lund in Sweden next year, so I should think that will probably happen. But there are further possibilities. Firstly, there is a annual conference of PhD students in transitions from the NEST network, about roughly 100 people usually, so we could think about hosting that. And of course there are the full IST conferences themselves, which have about 400 people for the academics. In a couple of years' time that will be something that we should have as an ambition to do, because it's one of the major fields of innovation, modern innovation studies, and it would lift our profile of our institute very considerably. In many disciplines, even in innovation studies, there are a series of methods and methodologies that you use. For us here, innovation systems is a well-known one. If you're an economist, you use microeconomic theory or macroeconomic theory, and transition studies doesn't have that. You don't have it in the background, so you've got to think of it from the beginning and accompany it all the way through in a way that you don't have to with other areas of research. That was the main thing I learned.